Okay, see, this is a loaded question because you have to explore your different facets of identity. Well, a biracial woman who's black and white, I grew up in an all-white area, came to an all-white school, so my understanding of my blackness might be different from someone who is not mixed with white and who did not grow up in an all-white area.
First of all, there's no such thing as a minority experience. We're minoritized. We're not minorities. We are not less because of who we are.
I think the minority student experience depends on which minority group. And I think it is different because of the intersections of race for particular minority groups in a Trump era. And so I think Latino students, if you're asking me directly, Latino students are thinking about what does it mean to be considered migrant and what does it mean to be considered foreign. I think black students are worried about policing and kind of like the vast, like what it means to be so very different in terms of hair, aesthetic, the use of like the traditional historical pieces of living in the South, and then Wilmington's crazy past. I think Indian students are always being have conflicted notions of their experiences here around their identity as Muslim or around their like expected identity as Muslim, and are they terrorists? And so like I think all students are worried or mapped into approximations of whiteness.
Running on homecoming court was a blatant just spotlight of all of the issues that I faced on this campus. I was the only minority. That made me feel really uncomfortable because I know that there are people who are more than qualified to be there with me, and last year there were 4 minorities on the court, including good friends of mine like Marquise and Miko and Sumia and Thomasina, and the fact that we went from 4 minorities out of 10 student leaders to 1 was kind of a slap in the face because I know my peers. I think that's the whole point of homecoming court, right? Is like you know who you're up against. It's slightly competitive while also being an honor, but I was confused. I don't think that takes away from any of the leadership that was on the court, but I also didn't think it was well represented, especially when you have people like Ben Lewis and Dwayne Morgan who are RAs, OLs, Seahawk Links, Watson student leaders. Like Ben is going to Wake Forest for grad school. People who are really accomplished and driven, who poured their souls into this university.